The maitre d' at Dino's restaurant next door to 77 Sunset Strip was Mario.
This week, we're presenting reunions with some of the cast from your favorite old TV shows.
Hang on here just 1 second. You're not going to skate over this picture that I took in the...
Yesterday, the original Mouseketeers bounced in here, and later this week, we'll see the casts of Lost in Space, Perry Mason, and the ever-loving, holy Batmobile team of Batman and Robin. And today, we're going back to one of the most famous addresses on TV, where Cookie was always ready to lend you his comb.
77 Sunset Strip.
The address was 77 Sunset Strip. The flashy detective series ran from 1958 through 1964 and starred Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. and Roger Smith as government agents. Ed Burns appeared as a parking lot attendant named Gerald Lloyd Cookson III, or Cookie for short. He helped out when he wasn't parking cars. Other regulars were a beautiful French phone operator named Suzanne and Roscoe, the racetrack tout, played by Louis Quinn.
Cookie, Cookie, lend me your comb. Cookie.
Ed Burns even sang the song Cookie, Cookie, Lend Me Your Comb, which became a smash hit when he and Connie Stevens recorded it.
When I'm flying solo, nowhere's where I'm at.
77 Sunset Strip. For 6 years on TV, they made you feel like it was just down the block.
Hi, Cookie.
Dad, she got away.
What? How long ago?
5 minutes ago, she locked me in the closet and flew.
Well, how'd she manage it?
Well, I'd rather not say, but I'm off love.
Would you please join me in a great big warm welcome for 77 Sunset Strips, Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., Ed Burns, and Louis Quinn. Okay. Ed, I would like to know what that means. You are off love. What does that mean?
I guess they were having a lot of dates during that time of period. I needed a little rest period.
No.
But I'm ready for love right now.
Ephraim, let me ask you, today, TV shows, primetime TV shows, do not have the longevity that yours did. Yours lasted a long time. Why do you think it was such a hit?
Well, I think it was a different time, Sarah. It was a very light-hearted time. People had fun. We had no set format. We could just pretty much go in any direction that we wanted to, and then it was an easier time, I think.
Let me talk to Louis, too, about you were hired as a writer.
Yeah.
And you were writing scripts for the shows.
Imagine how desperate they were.
And they asked you to write in a character. And
they brought me over. They had two shows, Warner Brothers Presents and King's Row. Both of them got canceled. So I thought I was going to lose my job. That's right. And they had just done a pilot for a picture called Girl on the Run, in which Eddie Burns was the heavy. Believe it or not, he was the killer. And a note came across my desk and it said, Louis, try to think of a sometime running character for a show called 77 Sunset Strip. So I did. I patterned a character called Roscoe, after my favorite vaudevillian, Ted Healy in The Stooges. I dressed him like Ted Healy, and I made him a racetrack tout. You see? Now, I suggested 3 people to play him. Joey Fay, Herschel Bernardi, and one other chap that's married to Imogen Coco now. What's his name? King Donovan. They all wanted $150 for the day's work. Warner's paid $90 in those days. That's it. Take it or leave it. $90 a day. Now Jack Warner called me in the office with Bill Orr, his son-in-law, and Hugh Benson. And they said, kid, you're going to play the character. I says, I never acted in my life. He says, you wrote this stuff, you can play it. I said, I don't belong to the guild. He says, we'll get you a card. So they got me a card, and they took $25 a week out of my salary till the card was paid for. True.
Really? Did you get the 90 a week?
No, 90 a day?
90 a day?
No, I was getting to $387.50 as a script editor. They gave me another $12.25 or something for being an actor.
You wrote the part and starred in it for 12 bucks.
And I got $12.50. And they called me up in the legal office and signed me to a hyphenate contract, actor-writer.
Oh.
And then I told Mr. Zimbalist's agent what I was getting. He says, I'll get you a good deal. So he
got
negotiated.
You to $12.50.
He got me $50 a week more.
Aww.
That was
a good agent.
And boy, the rest is history. We're going to be right back with some more memories from 77 Sunset Strip.
We're back with Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., Ed Burns, and Louis Quinn from 77 Sunset Strip. Ed, the character Kooky said things like Ginchy, the Ginchiest, piling up Z's. You had a great hit single, and Kooky Kooky, lend me your comb. What did everyone love about Kooky?
That I worked with Ephraim.
Oh, no.
As a matter of fact, what everybody loved about Kooky was that he was the hottest thing around. I mean, he could not have walked into this studio with this young audience here. They would have torn the clothes off him, they'd have screamed, they'd have burned. You can't imagine.
Wait till he tries to get out.
No, they'll let him out.
24 magazine covers in 1 month. True story.
You know something? I think that breaks
24 magazine covers on the cover.
One of the scariest times I've experienced was I got off an airplane in Chicago, and I had 18,000 people waiting for me, and I thought, you know, the president was coming in, and they said, no, they're waiting for you, Ed, because I had a movie opening there then.
Oh, my gosh.
It was scary, you know, it was really scary.
Scary but exciting.
Scary.
Well, what was it about the character Kooky that people loved, besides the fact that you were incredibly handsome?
I think the concept of the series, all of us working together, I was one of the first younger men on TV.
You know,
he was
also very nice. Kooky was very nice.
Yeah.
You know, so it's easy to have a character like that who's kind of, you know, seedy and raunchy or whatever, but he was very decent. He did good things, kind things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, your daughter is following in your footsteps to the degree that she's playing a detective on Remington Steele. Stephanie, how do you feel about that?
You know, it's an interesting thing, Mac, but the closest thing that I can think of to 77 Sunset Strip is Remington Steele. It's that kind of a show. It's loose, it's tongue-in-cheek, it can be bent one way or the other pretty easily. You know, it's a very similar format. And it's odd that so many years later she should be doing a show like that, you know.
Have you given her any advice?
I wouldn't dare.
Oh.
She gives me some.
Don't act.
Don't act.
Don't
right?
act. Don't get caught acting.
Well, you know, it's really funny because I remember back then, too, that I came up from San Diego, and, of course, the very first thing that we had to go see was the location for 77 Sunset Strip on Sunset Boulevard. You can still see it today.
Now, Louis, in addition
to...
excuse me. In addition to writing, you did some of your own stunts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did one stunt.
Standing up was the toughest one.
I didn't have my cigar for my timing, and they had me over a prison wall. I had to go onto a tractor, and I'll never forget the director to this day, Les Martinson. He said, don't worry, we're going to put a stunt double in. I just want you to get over the wall and into the seat. And the boys had sent me on this caper, and I'm in prison, and I go over the wall, and the stuntman is not there. And I took a 15-foot footer, and I was in Cedars of Lebanon for 15 days in traction.
Oh, my
I love you telling the story, and these guys are sitting here laughing.
Sure, they're laughing. Sure.
Do you still smoke cigars?
No.
No.
I hated him.
It's like Eddie Robinson. I worked a picture with him.
Hated him.
You know, and he'd have the big cigar. The minute
them
he'd throw it on the floor and he'd say, somebody give me a cigarette.
We had to use them for matching shots. United Cigar Company would send me boxes of them that I used to give to everybody. They were cheap cigars.
You know, being with these guys has been the ginchiest.
The ginchiest, yeah.
It really has been.
We're not going to be piling up any Z's for a while.
I'll tell you something. I saw in Century City last month 2 girls with clipboards getting a petition to get 77 Sunset Strip back on.
I'll sign it.
Me too. Thank you for sharing your memories with us. We really appreciate it. You guys are the greatest. We'll be right back after this.